My name is Ariane McClendon, and I'm also speaking on behalf of my partner Rebecca Wilson at Texas State University. And I'm going to be talking about education for sustainable development. Although there are many disagreements about the definition of sustainable development, the World Commission on the Environment and Development defined it as development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the abilities of future generations to meet their own needs. Educating for sustainable development involves instilling this idea in students that we cannot compromise future generations and their ability to meet their own needs. This story is about a farmer who was spending about $100 a year providing energy for his family's cooking. He has now become self-sufficient at the cost of only $170 to create a system that uses the cow dung fed into a methane digester that will produce energy for him and his family. The truth is that sustainable development is complex. Sustainability involves thinking of the whole picture, which consists of multiple systems, like the environment, society, and the economy. This sustainable development model shows that when profit, people, and the planet all come together, that is the only time that true sustainability can occur. Internationally, there have been several movements encouraging education for sustainable development. UNESCO created the Decade of Education for Sustainable Development in 2005, and it just ended last year. The Decade of Education for Sustainable Development only recently ended, and so far there have not been very many reviews on the effectiveness of this. Implementing education for sustainable development internationally has also been difficult because it is very hard to conceive of sustainable education in a capitalist system. Perhaps this is why UNESCO fares well in funding expensive, sustainable urban management projects into World Heritage cities, as the sites are funded through creating tourist hotspots and appealing to international investment. There is also growing difficulty with public education and how many people have access to this education. This link will take you to a resource that shows time-lapse of different statistics, especially education access. Although there are not very many reviews yet about the Decade of Education for Sustainable Development, there has been some progress made nationwide. In 2005, the United States ranked 45 out of 146 countries on Yale's Environmental Performance Index. At the end of the decade, we were up to number 33 of 178. Although this index doesn't directly measure environmental or sustainable education, this improvement is evidence enough of a national effort, whether or not it was based on the UN Declaration. At the local level, education for sustainable development has had difficulties being implemented for several reasons, the first of which is a perceived irrelevance. Sustainability issues are often perceived as being irrelevant or inapplicable in disciplines besides the natural sciences. However, because of the complex nature of sustainability, the issues cross disciplinary boundaries. People involved in visual and performing arts may consider sustainability issues to be irrelevant, but the arts can be a very effective way to illustrate the human condition as it relates to sustainability, as you can see in this art piece called Parked Car. Another barrier to implementing sustainability in education is an already overcrowded curriculum. Educators already feel as though they are scrambling to teach the required skills for students to become professionals. There is also a limited awareness among higher education staff. One misconception about sustainable development is that it is usually an expensive endeavor. As we saw with the example from the farmer earlier, we can see that though it may cost more to start up with some sustainability development, the cost often lowers over time, and it can even save money in the end. Some institutions are wary to commit to sustainable development practices because of this misconception, along with the other factors we've discussed. There are several teaching orientations that are thought to promote sustainable development in education, the first of which is real-world experience. This involves encouraging students to make connections between academic principles and reality. Reconnecting to the real world utilizes fieldwork and volunteering along with community involvement. Thinking holistically is an important attribute of teaching sustainable development. Critical thinking and creative problem-solving skills help to paint the picture of what sustainable development means and help work through some of the pressing worldwide sustainability concerns. A third approach to teaching sustainability in higher education is encouraging educators to be sustainably conscious role models for students. Encouraging strong relationships between students and educators can create an engaging learning environment. And as we know, higher education is traditionally separated by disciplines. However, it's beginning to be understood that sustainable development crosses these disciplinary boundaries and is applicable to a wide range of subjects. For this reason, there are many programs being implemented that take into account the interdisciplinary nature of sustainability. Thank you.